Finally, got Gabriel in. Before I crack it open, I want to talk about where I got it from. I got it from GCI Toys, and it's been very delayed, unfortunately. Got hung up in customs, he said. And he's been very good responding to emails. He offered me a refund, and I was like, nah, it's fine, I'll wait. But it came in today, and just kind of disappointed that just slapped a shipping label on it. Box is a little rough, and this happened. That's completely broken through there. This bad boy can pack so many damaged and shippings in it. I'm guessing the foam will take care of it, but we'll crack it open and see what happens. I wanted to open this live on camera because, especially a lot of the early shipments of this, which this may have been, it got delayed so long, I'm not sure. They've been damaged and there was water, moisture in there or whatever, and so we're gonna see how I fared and get him open. And of course, like every other reviewer out there, this isn't gonna fit on any review area or anything like that. I can't even hold it and talk about it like I like to do. So I'm gonna play with it in the floor. That's how Transformers supposed to be anyways, right? Hell yeah. Foam is pretty banged up on the side here. There doesn't appear to be any water moisture in this. Oh, well, watch out for that. Huh. Sorry, box damaged in transit from China or customs, but figure inspected and is great. Signed, Will. Alright, that makes me feel a little better. This bad boy can fit in so many apologies from the dealer. Alright, well, starting off, let's see how to fix this stuff. Instructions free, of course. Comes with batteries installed and the lights work. To do this, I need to get these posts to pull out so that I can plug it into his arms, and there's just no real way to do that like this. So let's see if the spudger can help. Or am I missing something really obvious? I finally got one of them open. What you gotta do is get the door open, and then from there, reach in and push it up, and that seems to be fine. Getting the door open is no easy feat either, though. So, let me see if I can do the next one on camera. See, I just put it back in there. Even after it's been open, it's still tough to get working. I'm actually using a metal spudger, not a screwdriver, it's a metal spudger. And working the tabs up. And you want to go all 4 tabs and one at a time until you get enough in there so that you can grip it with your fingers, which doesn't feel great, and then you can push it out just fine. Push it back. Let's try to get this second one. And note that this spudger is just completely round all around. All around, whatever. So no sharp edges. It does have a slightly pointier side, but it's still very dull, very round. This bad boy can fit so many fucking impossible to open doors in it. Alright, fuck it, I'm gonna try to make use of this as much as I can, just because it's hurting my back to do anything else. Alright, so with this popped out, and you can tell from this piece here which way the elbow goes. So obviously you want the elbow facing front, so I'm putting it in with screws up. If I can stop hitting my lights. So this part here pushes up, and that provides the tension. Super tight ratchet. Okay, I'm gonna go screws up. All wobbly. Here he is. He comes with just a pile of stickers here that I'm not gonna put any of these on at all. I like my robot looking clean. Again, more cartoon accurate. One thing of note here is these say Betrayer must die. I'm not sure who Betrayer is. I could probably look it up, but meh. Some of these say Gabriel. Most of these though were just kind of random tech gibberish. Some left and rights. But if that's your jam, then jam away. He also comes with an alternate face. So he has this kind of stoic face and then this raw kind of open mouth face. Both of the faces look really nice. You can open that up. You can turn it with this knob up here. And to pop it off,
wiggle the spudger. And off it comes. And you can swap it out. But I'm pretty content with this. One flaw that I'm just going to go ahead and get out of the way, these should be mirrored, but they're not. They're exactly the same, and everyone's this way. I don't know if it was a change they made later on to not duplicate it. It's not super noticeable, especially on the shelf, you know, but my OCD is definitely triggered. And before I transform this guy, I got to know, did I measure correctly? Will he fit there? It's going to work. Success! Oh. Well, success! One cool unofficial accessory for this unofficial product is this plastic Autobot symbol I got from J-Ream on TFW boards. And you see it just fits right in there. And obviously I'll glue it in, but I'm not going to glue it in just yet. Or maybe I won't. It's pretty happy in there. Come on. There he goes. Yeah, this is very cool. Plastic piece. I assume he 3D printed it, but it has a nice finish to it. It's got red paint on it. And it ends up looking very nice. It was very cool. Very happy with this. Now bear with me as we check this guy out, because it just hurts my back to do this in the floor while trying to stay on camera and all that. So I want to run through what we can here with it set up and kind of check out some of his articulation as best we can. I'm not gonna, again, not looking to go fully through it, just checking it all out, making sure everything moves really good and smooth. That was another thing with the water damage that people had talked about. Can you get that all the way up? Oh yeah. There's definitely a two-hand elbow there. This bad boy can fit so many tight ratchets in it. It's kind of heavy on that side, but again, who cares? You're not going to pose it that way. That's silly. One bit of articulation that's really cool is that, okay, sure, head looks side to side, but it also pops up, and when it popped up, now you can get that looking down and around, looking up, get a lot more out of it like that. And that's really cool. Just have no room. Oh. Yeah, be careful with that. That right there is going to chop into there, so make sure, get these up and out of the way. The leg feels a little heavy for the ratchet. Like it doesn't seem to completely, yeah. Not that I need dynamic poses with my Omega Supreme, but it's good to note. See if the other leg's any better. It's about the same. Definitely goes forward and back. Oh Jesus, kicking the camera there. The side ratchet seems to hold up a lot better. Still did give eventually. I apologize for the shaky camera. So yeah. What do we have here with the ankles? I do have a good tilt with the ankles, so if you want to get a wide pose, you know, in case he's not taking up enough space on your shelf, looks like you can do that pretty easily. Although I think he ended up being nicely balanced for a straight leg pose. He didn't look too close together or anything. I mean, this is how he's going to stand. You might think that you could spin the legs in and out a little bit with a thigh swivel, but I'm pretty sure you're just kind of bending the plastic around. Almost forgot. He has a waist joint. It's really tight. But it's there. They have a little bit of silver paint on the wings, and that's on both sides. Close-up look of the face. Some orange highlights there. Silver highlight there. Got some little detail sections here and there. Mostly a nice flat look that, again, I am a fan of. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Some gunmetal highlights there and there. Chest is nice and red with the black spot and the clear spot. Coming around the other side, we can see a little bit of detail there on the side of the head. Black on the pipes, more black on the pipes. More little black and gunmetal detailings as we go down. Obviously some yellow spots. Some styrofoam. Seems to be a little yellow smudge right here. It's so minor that I don't even know if it picks up that well. And for some reason, this opens up. Okay. Oh shit, it's just a friction hinge door. Pops back on fine, although it is a little scruffed up. At this point, I don't know what to do but take it back to the floor to transform it. Need the space. And why I'm going to do this without instructions, and I'm going to speed it up just to see how it goes. I like to always do that no instructions challenge. I have seen some reviews of this, so I have an idea of how a few parts work, but it's not like I memorized it, and it's definitely not like anything's the same as actually transforming it in hand. So let's see how it goes.
Definitely continue to get all the hip panels out of the way. Definitely don't forget, there's nice covers here that flip out that help fill in these gaps here as you're working this dude. Alright, getting that leg out was pretty easy. It's just, if it moves, move it. Nice and intuitive. I'm not 100% sure how all of this is going to line up and which way the thighs need to go yet, but let's continue along. Not too shabby so far. Really need to push good there to get that to snap together. Then it's fine. Now the ends of these shins have a spot where they're supposed to slide in here, and it's obvious when you have the toy. It's honestly too tight a fit. You really need to shave it down. Try this other one. That one fits better. Really, they just kind of rest in there. It's not that impressive.
All right, man, this feels super tiny now. One cool thing let's go ahead and do is lift this up so we have clearance. Spin this around. Get a little computer. How neat is that? Also note that the gun turret can come out a little bit and in a little bit. So we're gonna leave it pushed in while transforming, and we'll extend it out when we're done. But note that that's there. It's not drastic, but it is there. And this tab goes in there. And a buddy of mine got some stress marks on his. So we're just gonna kind of let it rest. I'm not gonna worry about going ham with it. Getting this front rotated all the way is kind of a bitch. I found the best way to do it is to get the slider so it's kind of in the middle. And then it all will kind of pull out together. Finally gives way. Then you can close those treads. Finally, you can snap that over and down. Mother bitch. There. Rolls like a champ. We can turn that turd around and pop it back out. We'll push that down. Also, of course, we have missile action here. Kind of tight, but I mean, not too bad. It's really just the end. So these come out and they can look around. Very cool. Now the head detail we've obviously seen before, but let's get a good look at the little camera station in there. Let's see, how does he fit? If this thing could stand, I think it would be okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that, but there you go, in case you were wondering. Again, we should see lots of little accents and detail work. Nothing too excessive, so it's a nice amount for my taste. Get some gunmetal gray as we go around in various spots, and more little accents. Unfortunately, The silver here is very scuffed up on mine. You know, yours may vary, but kind of a disappointment. This bad boy can fit so many paint scuffs in it. Well, not too bad, because again, he's mainly going to be in robot mode, but... And of course, gunmetal gray all over the tracks going up the back. So here he is on the tracks. Take a look around, we see some more gunmetal gray highlights in a couple spots, and here in some detail work. Here's what that looks like from the sides. The rest of this is mostly detail you've seen. And here's where they're supposed to slot in, which again, you can see it's not even in there now. It's just kind of resting. Here on the back we got some clear plastic coming through as well. So you see I'm trying to kind of mix first impressions with a review of the figure, and so far I really like it. It's not perfect, but the minor stuff is really minor, just some minor paint scuffs. I mean, maybe you can complain that some of the ratchets are too tight, meanwhile some of the others are too loose. But in both cases, like, it's arms, you might actually want to hold something, but I don't really need him kicking anything, so that doesn't really bother me. It may be more important to some other people though, and now you know. So I think next we're going to try to go ahead and put it back into robot mode, and then we'll wrap it up. No instructions. So if I miss something, sorry, but don't really care. It's a toy. Play with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. One thing I didn't notice earlier, track's got some little tab pieces so that you can flip open. They kind of bend a little far out, so make sure they're lined up nice, and then it snugs together real good. Don't forget to fold in these cover panels. So far, this is definitely the worst part, getting this door open, but I was able to do it without a spudger that time. And you'll notice I didn't put the ramps out for when it was in base mode. You'd already seen them. You get the idea. They're a little too tedious for my taste. And there we go. Back to robot mode. No instructions. This bad boy can fit so many intuitive transformations in it. Pardon me for sitting down for a minute. I wanted to show off a couple of bits that I forgot when I had it under the lights, and I just don't feel like moving a camera for the 8th time. The back of the elbows look really cool, so that when you bend it, it doesn't destroy the sculpt. It's got a nice curved on it, and it's got pipes on there. That's not all. Knee joints are the same. Pop them out. It's cool piping in there, which helps to give it just a nice robot look. They're not overly detailed, they're nice, solid, bold, and it just looks cool. And the knee joint is also nice and tight. So should you buy this bad boy? Hell yes! He's awesome. Have you not been paying attention? There's a couple of flaws, and I'll get over those real quick. Side ratchets on the legs aren't the best. They drop, you know, not too hard of a stomp, especially at the middles. Higher up the ratchet is better. That one's pretty stiff, but as you get lower,
these are a little weaker. That doesn't really affect how I use my toys. Getting the doors open on the arms is a real bitch. And then there's some minor scuff marks around, especially the silver when in tank mode, but I probably won't put in that mode too often. But if I wanted to, that gets us to one of the biggest positives I have is just transformation's awesome. It's really fun. It's really intuitive. It's by far the best Omega Supreme toy I've ever played with. The paint's nice. There's nice little highlights and details around without being overbearing. It still fits that cartoon aesthetic for the most part that I like. The only thing I don't like in regards to cartoon accuracy is the side only has a little bit of yellow here instead of having the full side yellow. That's really my only complaint in that regard. The head articulation's really cool. I still really enjoy that. The wrist articulation's on point. The knee and the elbows have the visible bits that show, which is really cool. Spinning this around to see the computer in the back when in tank mode is awesome. You can fit so much fucking awesome into this bad boy. Top to bottom, awesome. The materials are good. It's all real solid plastic. I don't know if there's metal in here somewhere. It's fucking heavy though, I'll tell you that. I mean you can pick it up in one hand. You know you're picking it up. It's not a lightweight. I don't know if there's die-cast metal somewhere in the middle or not, or it's just that much plastic and hardware in here in general. It lights up. It comes with the batteries installed already, which is super nice. It's kind of always weird when you spend $150 on some toys. You know, obviously this guy was more than that. I think he cost me $260. Although I think you can find him from some eBay sellers for about $235, especially with the eBay coupons going on here and there. Look, act quick. But it's weird, you'll spend $140 on a toy and they won't come with batteries, you know, some $2 batteries that can be pre-installed for you, but you know, whatever. It's not a deal breaker, but it's nice when the batteries are already installed for you. I don't know much more to say about this guy, other than I don't have the Fans Toys version to compare to, nor the Wei Zhang version, and honestly, I don't think there's any comparison to the Wei Zhang version. They're going for something different. The reason I picked this over the Fans Toys version, one was I felt it looked a little more cartoon accurate, and then once I saw some reviews of the Fans Toys version, the transformation looked pretty terrible, and Fans Toys isn't known for fun transformations, to be honest. And so I waited till we saw what this guy looked like. The near all-in-one that it has for Omega Supreme, at least, you know, the legs staying together and becoming part of the ramps, and the base, the middle part of the base all being one piece. That's really awesome and unique. Passed the no instruction test with flying colors. I mean, it was under 10 minutes to get the base out the first time, under 5 to get the tank made the first time, and then it all back into robot in under 10. First time ever doing it. It was just really obvious what to do. Nice big movements. My favorite Omega Supreme toy that we've ever seen. It actually fit on my shelf. That was great. If you're looking for an Omega Supreme for your Masterpiece collection, you've been thinking about this guy, highly recommend. High five. Great materials, great look, great transformation, great presence. What more do you want in a Masterpiece toy? All right, see you next time.